Here's a good mushroom to know. Starts in late summer usually. Honey mushroom or stumper. Some people call them stumpers because a lot of times they grow on stumps just like this. But you got to be careful with this mushroom because there is a deadly poisonous look-alike, the Gallerina. So you want to learn about that mushroom before you start messing around with these. But once you understand the difference between these and Gallerinas, and there's 2 or 3 other mushrooms, maybe 4 that might look similar. But once you get to know it, this is actually a pretty good edible. I like to get these when they're young, like this, in the button stage before they're opened. But even then, you have to be even more cautious because the main way to tell the difference between this mushroom and the deadly Gallerina is the honey mushroom will have a white spore print, whereas the Gallerina, I believe, has a rust brown spore print, a brown spore print. Well, let's see here. And we just got a bunch of rain, but these mushrooms tend to throw off a lot of spores, and sometimes you can see the color of the spore print without even taking a spore print, just by looking on the top of the cap of a mushroom that is underneath one. But since it rained, it looks like it washed all the spores away, because a lot of these are fully open, so they'd be sporing out, that's for sure. And just to give you an idea of, you know, how careful you want to be with these, on the same stump, there's some other small mushroom growing here, some little brown mushroom growing right on the same stump with these honeys. I have no idea what that is, but it's good to do your homework and make sure you know what you're looking for. But what you can do is just take one of these mature mushrooms and just cut the stem off. Leaving, you know, nothing but the cap or just a little bit of the stem, and just sit it on what I like to do is sit it on a piece of clear glass. That way the spore print will fall off the mushroom onto the glass, and then you can take that glass and you can sit it on a piece of black paper or on a piece of white paper or on different materials to give it a different contrast, to get a good idea of what the color of the spore print is. There's several varieties of honey mushrooms. The ones I find around here, the majority of them look just like this, with a honey colored cap, yellowish gold colored cap. But a little bit later in the season, typically we get some that have a brown colored cap as well. And these ones here have a ring on the stem. I can't show you the white spore print, but like I said, you know, just make yourself a spore print. If it's late summer, early fall, you'll probably find these growing. They tend to like oak trees, and I think they may grow on several varieties of trees, but I typically find them on oaks. And usually when you find them in abundance. I mean, there's a whole bunch of small ones here that I could harvest. I wouldn't harvest these ones that are already open, where you can see the gills, for eating, because to me they don't taste very good. But if you get the unopened buttons, they taste real good. You just have to make sure you know what you're picking because of that poisonous look-alike. You don't want to mistake anything for the Gallerina, because that's one mushroom you do not want to eat. And they tend to grow around the same time of year. I typically find them a little later in the year though, really, but they grow in the same areas and everything, so you gotta watch out. Anyway, that's the honey mushroom. Looks like they're coming in pretty good now. I kind of missed them last year. I think I had a video on that. Those honeys look pretty fresh though. I'm gonna walk down this little dirt road and see if I can't spot anything else just from the road. It's a nice little section of woods right here. Typically don't find a huge variety of mushrooms in this woods, but it's pretty good for the honeys, and it doesn't seem very good for hens. Hen of the woods mushroom. I guess those are up right now too. I believe they've probably been up for a little while. I just haven't been out looking. Maybe we'll spot a hen on the way too, but if I find anything else, I'll get back to you.